So we are going to be using the default login view that Django provides, but we still need to identify a path to that particular page. And the code is going to look a little bit different because we are going to be using the Django's defaults for this. First thing we need to do is create a URLs page. I'm going to do new and save. And now this should go, let's see, learning log, under users. And yep, it should be at the same level as models. So right in that main users directory. And then we are going to go ahead and key in code for this. So if you want to do the comment at the top, that's fine. Gosh, fumble fingers today. There we go. So importing path and include. So this is going to operate in a namespace called users. Patterns, my URL patterns are in a list. You do a little comment. So this is going to be the default path. And comma. So if they key in on the path users and nothing else, it's going to go to this default page, which is a login page. And that login page is coming from Django. So you can see we had to use a little different include here. It is their authorization page. And we are going to do a template for that. We don't have to use a view. Okay, that's already kind of pre-coded, but we do need to create a little login template. And so if you remember, for templates, we need to create a little folder structure. And so in users, we have to do a new folder called templates. So I am in users here right now, so I should be able to do a new folder, and it's going to go in users, and it's called templates. And then inside templates, I need another new folder, and you do need to go with the conventions that it uses for this whole login and registration system. So they're going to be looking for a registration folder. So that is what we're going to create. So under users, we now have templates, and inside templates, we have registration. So let us create a new file. And we're going to save this inside that new registration folder. So users, templates, registration, and this is going to be called login.html. So I'm going to go ahead and code this in. It is similar to the forms that we've done before. There's a couple new things that we're going to talk about. So I'm going to pause here. So what we've got, I've got, again, we're extending from our base. In the block content, this is what we're displaying. First, it is checking for errors. So if there's errors on their login, we are going to display that their username and password, they aren't matching, they have to try again. And then we display the form. And this is going to route to users a login view, which has been created for us. We are using the one that came with the Django. And then it's doing the cross-site request forgery, formatting as paragraphs, and then we've got our submit button. You will notice down at the bottom, we have a hidden field. And this is designed to take us to the next page, right? So if they log in successfully, we don't want to keep them at the login screen. So this is kind of like a redirect, and it's just going to take them to the main index page for learning logs, which is our home page. Okay, so once you get that created, you are going to save it. So at this point, we should be able to test this. And as a side note, we are going to be doing a little bit of editing in the base HTML. In fact, I think we're going to go ahead and do that now. Because we want to make sure that the user is authenticated. And all that means is that they've logged in. And if they have logged in, then we can, do a little welcome message. If they're not, then we're going to route them to the login page. So we're going to open up our base.
We are going to add a link to the login page to our base. So it'll be part of every page in our system. So we will put the code right here below topics. And I'm going to pause while I put the code in. And so basically, the is authenticated property is pretty much in all of the forms and templates in Django. It's a state variable, and it's just keeping track of whether somebody is logged in or not. So it's basically checking to see if the user's logged in, and if they are, they get a hello message. If they are not, then they're going to see the login screen. So once you have that coded, you can go ahead and save. Or I should correct that, they will see a login link. They won't see the screen until they click on the link. But we're going to make it so they really can't do anything if they're not logged in. So we do want to display the link on every page so they can log in and do something. Once we have the link, we can go ahead and test this. Now let me see. I'm automatically still logged in, so it's not doing me a whole lot of good. We're going to go ahead and code up the log out portion, and then you'll be able to actually see how this works. So We're going to do a log out link. We're going to be adding that to base as well. And then we'll do a little log out confirmation page, and then we'll test everything. So for log out, there's just one link that we need to add. And so this is only going to display if they're logged in. So we're going to put it right below hello user. And so this is going to be a little link to log them out. And I'm just checking my typing here. Going to save. And then the logout confirmation page is really short. So we're going to do that as well. So this is a new file. And that needs to be saved under templates and registration. So we're going to make sure we're in the right spot. So it's users, templates, registration. And this is just going to be a little logged out confirmation page. And I'll pause while I key this in. It's pretty short. And so basically all it's doing is obviously extending from the base, so we get that whole navigation system. But in the content area, it's just displaying a little paragraph that said they are logged out. Okay, so that's all it's doing. So at this point, we should be able to test. As long as I've saved everything, I'll go over here. All right, so I'm going to log out. Now I'm going to try logging in as my super user. Oops. Oh, what a secure system. Okay, good. Glad that worked. So you can log in, you can log out. What we're going to be doing next is creating a registration page so you can actually add more users.